Alright, hopefully you guys can hear me now. Oh yeah, there's the feedback. Now, how do I get my camera? Show yourself. Turn on camera, yes. There I am. Oh, that looks nice. That looks sharp. Well, 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 look at me. Alright, guys. Welcome to the stream. We're getting acclimated to the controls here. Blah, blah, blah. We're playing as Yoshimoto. I'm excited. I can't fucking wait. Yoshimoto, we're playing a new build. Use your VTuber model. This is my VTuber model. Adam, what do you mean, bro? I don't know if you know this, but VTuber's getting pretty realistic, bro. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the realism, bro. Look at the realism. Look at the gray. See that gray peppering in? Ultra realistic VTuber graphics right there. Look at that. Incredible. You know, people are worried about machine becoming the new god. I say, what's the problem? You know what I'm saying? I say, yeah, guys, Terminator could be around the corner. Skynet could be about to take over, but look at those VTuber. Have you guys seen the new VTuber patch? The graphics, baby. Look at that. Ultra realism. Alright, so we're playing as my boy Yoshimoto. We're doing 1546. We're testing a way to play the game that I've been wanting to try for a while. Holy shit, I gotta back up. Look how bright this TV is. Bright. Alliances of other clans. I have that on assertive, but I'm gonna have it outside of clans having assertive diplomacy. I'll have initial diplomacy with none and no events, so it's gonna be true sandbox. You know what I'm saying? It's still too bright. Maybe I gotta turn on the brightness overall. Can I do that? Probably not here. Probably have to do it in the TV settings. I'll figure it out later. Okay, so no events, tutorials off, obviously. Imagine playing with the tutorial. Let me turn on that tutorial real quick. Okay, so yeah, what's up, Taily Po, Adam? If only Yoshimoto had the same goofy look as Samurai Warriors, I would fucking love that. If I had if I had the PC version of this game, like Ikari does, I would swap out Yoshimoto's portrait with his Samurai Warriors portrait. I would have done that a long time ago. A long time ago, I would have done that. VTuber. What's up, Toby? What's up, Rico? Does look nice and sharp now, both the game and the VTuber. Bro, VTuber updates are getting insane right now. No, it's the same camera, Max. I had to change the... we're playing on the PS5. I don't know why I didn't say that right away. We're playing on the PS5. That's what it is. But it's the same camera. I had to buy a port. An adapter. Sorry, not a port. An adapter. PlayStation, for some reason, like... So if you want to play on PS5 and you want to use a camera, they try to sell you this high-definition fucking camera. And it's insanely expensive, and it's just ridiculous. So I just got a discount adapter. And I figured, fuck it, I'll get a discount adapter, and how bad is it going to look? And it looks pretty good. So thankfully I didn't fucking spend money on that, on the camera too. Because I kind of had to haggle for the PlayStation. Yeah, the game looks crisp. It looks really good. I've been holding off on playing it so we could get until I could stream again. But the game looks really fucking crisp. I mean, wow. So, just the frames per second. It's like a leap. It's like a jump. You know what I mean? We're ready for complete edition. We're ready. Look at that. You can see my little guy. You can see my little link right there on the mug. I got this for Christmas. I wonder if it says the date on it. 2016. Suitable for the dishwasher, just so you know. Wow, 9 years ago. Can't wait for June, I know. Same with Xbox and shitty headset instead of being able to use. Yeah, they try to get you to jump too. At like I was like, you got to get the new camera, and I'm like, why do I have to get the new camera? And he's like, well, it's not compatible. And I'm like, well, why can't I get a fucking adapter from like, why can't I get an adapter from a third party? And the guy's like, well, I can't really talk to you about that. And I'm like, that's all you had to say. You know what I mean? You could have said, I can't talk to you about it officially, but getting an adapter, so that's what I did. Brand new camera for PS5 was like $150, I want to say, and it's like HD or some shit. And it's like, I mean, I'm not going to say who, right? But what am I going to get an HD camera for, you know? I'm so used to looking over here, but I can't see the chat. Yeah, I installed 14 last night. I've been playing Demon Souls mostly. I'm a big FromSoft, I guess you could say fanatic. So I've been playing a lot of Demon Souls because I haven't played Demon Souls since I was like a teenager. So I had to play the remake, and I gotta be honest, so far it's pretty mid. 1546, Kiposhi, the eldest son of the Owari province daimyo Nobuhide Oda, was just about to come of age. This is the only story we're going to get because we're playing no events. So we got to enjoy it. Tensions with the Ashikaga shogunate and the Hosokawa clan Kure continue to sow discord in the capital. This is what I'm looking forward to when we get that Birth of Nobunaga scenario. How are they going to handle this? Like, are the Miyoshi going to be... Is it going to be the same territory, but the Miyoshi are going to be vassals to the Hosokawa? Or are the Hosokawa going to have, like, more territory, and the Miyoshi are going to be smaller? Because I want to play with Miyoshi in their prime. But we have to find a challenging spot for them to be in their prime, you know what I mean? Anyway. I have a lot of questions about Complete Edition, just like everyone else. Continuing to butt heads in Western Japan, Ouchi and Imago steadily gain power. Motonari Mori set his sights on dominion over all of Chugoku. I can't wait to do an Ouchi run with Yoshitaka's father. Meanwhile, the death of Ujitsuna Hojo had disrupted the balance of power in Kanto. Imagawa, Takeda, and Usugi reorganized the opportunity and moved to challenge the new clan leader, Ujiyasu. Imagawa Rebellion, we will be doing Imagawa Rebellion. Probably as, what's his name, Genko. We'll probably play as Yoshimoto's brother. And try to lead a successful rebellion against Yoshimoto. That'll be cool, because this position really sucks. Well, in past games, his position has really sucked, in the games that he's been in. Okay, so 1546. You know what? Let me move my phone, because I gotta be able to see. I gotta be able to see the chat. Maybe I can bring the chat up here. I just don't want to block too much, so hold on, bear with me. Let's see if I can change it, or if it's too late to change it. Might be too late. Oh yeah, I think it's too late to change it. Alright. I guess next time I'll try it with the chat on. But I don't want to block the actual game, you know what I'm saying? Just to have a big... Because on PlayStation 4 is a big fucking column. Like, an eighth of your screen is just the chat on PlayStation 4, and I don't want that. I would just want a little window with chats, you know, passing by. Okay, so we're playing 1546 Yoshimoto. This is a way to play the game, a modifier, if you will, that I'm calling lean and mean. If anybody has a better name, let me know. But the cusp of it is that we're not going to build farms and we're not going to build training grounds. We're not going to burst soldiers at all. No soldier bursting. In fact, I'm not going to use laws of Imagawa. I'm going to use a different way of. I'll use a different way of, but I'm not going to use laws of Imagawa because that beats the whole point of this. So what's a policy that I haven't used? Let's try to use a policy that we haven't used before. If that's possible. I haven't used Imago, but I know Imago's doesn't really work. If I understood how Imago's worked, I would try that right now, actually. But I don't understand how it works. So we're not going to build farms. We're not going to build training grounds. Now, that might not sound like a big deal. It's a big fucking deal. Any strategy game where you don't focus on just stacking troops right away changes how the whole thing works. Now you have to look at things that you've never looked at before. You have to consider things that you just never consider, that you don't bat an eye at. You know what I'm saying? It's like you thought you had the pretty girl set to show up to the prom, to go to the prom with you, and then you show up and she's not there. The pretty girl's not there, she can't make it, and now you're like, oh shit, this was a done deal. I already knew it was going to be me and her. We went to the last prom together. She can't make it to this one. Now I have to look around the room and I have to be like, okay, what do I got left? What are my options here? You know what I mean? What are my options? This one's kind of nice, but she's got kind of a hunchback. This one over here, she's got kind of a lazy eye. You know what I'm saying? You're like, it's not my go-to. It's not my number one pick. But I got to figure out, how am I going to make this prom work for me? You know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. We're not going to the usual. We're just going to stack massive soldiers and win. What if you can't stack massive soldiers? We used to do this in Romance 11. We used to do runs where it was like, no barracks. Can't build any barracks. And it opens up different paths. You know what I'm saying? Way of Nanbu is too good. I'm thinking Tachibana. Tachibana could... Well, I've used Tachibana before, haven't I? I should have done a poll, but I wasn't sure if I was going to have time today to do this, so... It's fine. It's fine, but we can't take too long. I don't want to be fucking dragging here. We just got to pick something. Let's see. What does this do? Nabeshima. Who is this? Oh, Ryuzoji. The Ryuzoji guys. Low provisions, your attack goes up. Okay, that sounds... Tachibana is pretty straightforward. You just want a full set of officers. 3-leaf rule is pretty straightforward. I know how that works. Right people at the right place. I'm not familiar with this one. Retainer officer highest ability up. I don't even know what that means. Who is it? Kato? I don't even know. What's Shimazu do? Ability boost during concentration. No idea. Josu Chief would work really well with Yoshimoto for obvious reasons. I think I've used pretty much all of them. Chinju General would be really good. But will be obviously really good. I want something new. Virtue of benevolence. Unit ability up for every 25% of castle development. Authority of the ruler could be fun. That's the Miyoshi one. Let's go with those. Let's get dragoons. Let's go dragoons. How about those dragoons? The amount of people that have asked me to, like, are dragoons good? How do you use dragoons? When do you dragoon? Where's the dragoon build video? It's crazy. The amount of times that I've had to say dragoons don't work. Shame on Koei. Alright, I'm thinking, what's the bear's dignity? Increases attack depending on the number of castles agitated. This seems so bad, we might have to use the bear's dignity. Increases attack depending on the number of castles that are already agitated. Oh, there's another condition. They have to be inside the clan that you are invading. So this does not work for defense. If I'm just defending and I'm driving them back, agitation, 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 defending, I don't get the bonus because I'm defending. They're invading me. I have to take the offense to them, and they have to already be agitated. That seems terrible. How can that work? Right people in the right place sounds cool too. Low provisions, attack up. That's a lot easier to do. This one's kind of broken because you can purposely just deploy your units with low provisions. So Hagakure is kind of busted because you have control over your provisions. I don't know. We might use Bear's Dignity. It seems really dumb. I wish Full Moon Prestige was really different. It's really busted. So busted. We could either do that or Virtue of Benevolence. Unit ability up for every 25% of your castle developed. But that sounds kind of boring. Sounds a little too SimCity. Develop your castle by 25%. I was at 42%, and now I'm at 48%, and soon I will be at 51, and then I will get +3 to my stats. So you carry the 3, and then you subtract it by the total number of castles, and then you carry the percent. It's just like, bro, are we playing the same game? Bear's Dignity, at least you just hit stuff harder. Bear's Dignities, sometimes you hit stuff harder. I can get with that. I can gel with that. That's fine. Maritime laws with interfere. Horrible, Joe. I really would like to do some testing. That's something else I want to do. I want to do a run with no confuse and no interfere. Those two things are absolutely busted. But it's a lot of work. The attack is capped at +9. Maritime laws? Isn't that just a... Oh, do we have sea gods? We do have some sea. We have AC. Wow, this game looks crazy on this TV. Holy shit. The combination of the PlayStation and the TV. Do we have sea gods? We might have some sea gods because the Imagawa do have a couple of guys. There's a sea god. Depending on how far back we go. This is 46, so maybe in their 30 start, they'll have more sea gods. We only have one person. That sucks. just the one guy, huh? When we get to 30, we might have a couple of more. They usually have a couple more retainers going farther back that have the Sea God. Alright, we'll use the Bear's Dignity. We'll use that instead of Laws of Imagawa. The Bear's Dignity. So they have to be... There has to be castles that are agitated and we have to be attacking into them. Will probably never work. That's fine. The Bear's Dignity, okay. How much does it cost? 100? 2,000? We need to have somebody to give us a discount in our family. It doesn't have to be everybody, but I need at least a few Imagawa people to give me a discount. So we can do Mom here. She can give us a little discount. Who else? We have the Takeda. I got her mixed up with somebody else. Who am I thinking? I must be thinking of somebody else who's thinking of a different girl, I guess. There we go. So we got some discounts. We can go into level 2 for Bear's Dignity if we want to. I'm not saying it's going to be useful. So like I said, we're not going to build trading grounds. We're not going to build irrigations. We can seize farms and all that stuff because frankly I can't stop my guys from seizing it anyway. But our troop numbers should be a lot lower, which means that we'll have to use... Really, it just means the fights are going to be that much more difficult to win, you know? And 1546 Imagawa is very, very weak. Like, they're not as strong as you would think they would be. I'm trying to get an alliance with Hojo, because I got no business, no interest, I should say, in Kanto at all. If we have to fight Shingen, actually, we probably should fight Shingen. I got no problem doing that. Code of the Strategist. How much money are we making? Not a lot of money. This game is buttery smooth. It's crazy. I'm used to my PS4 there being like a stutter, like it stops a little, just for a split second it stops to load everything, and now it's just flowing. We need a Way of the Soma. That'd be cool. Way of the Third Shift. If you could create your own abilities, yeah. I mean, in the closest game that I've seen for that was Romance 14. You could create your own traits in Romance 14, which was really cool. And you can create your own weapons as well, like their effects and what they do. Code of the Strategist sounds pretty cool. Alright, this should be very interesting, because not relying on just bursting up the soldier counts is going to make things really weird. So if I can't build irrigation canals and I can't build training grounds, then that means supply stations are going to be more important, because that's how I'm going to get my marching. My marches are going to be extended. We're not going to have food surplus coming in. It just makes everything else more important. And it also makes room for other things to develop. Now, I don't know what those other things are going to be yet. That's the weird part. That's where the fun part is. You know what I mean? You don't exactly know how things are going to develop. I see Nobutora is not in charge of a castle. Classic Imagawa. The worst people running the show. At least in the beginning. We have to get system reform level 3. I mean, why don't we search? Need a miracle. Well, we have 20k. Money's not a problem right now. How many tribes do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 tribes in our territory. I could have gone with Way of the Mori. Is there a wacky run you had in mind besides the pirate run? I wouldn't say it's wacky, but I was thinking of of doing a run as Ieyasu. Well, let me rephrase that. I was thinking of doing a run such as Tokugawa, but after they lose Sekigahara. So Ieyasu loses Sekigahara, and then you know, the Date and the Uesugi form the that alliance. I forgot what it's called. You know what I'm talking about. They form that alliance, and I was thinking that could be fun. Tokugawa loses Sekigahara. Everybody's way stronger. You lose all your vassals, all your allies. All that shit goes off. That's negative. And we just reset our castles. Reset our castles to beginning levels, because Ieyasu's castles are built up artificially, like they're propped up in the game. So you set them to beginning levels, and then you buff up the Date and the Uesugi castles, because the idea is that they're forming a coalition that they're gunning for you. So I almost did irrigation already. It's such a reflex. I might have to do a training tower here. A trading tower. Arrow tower, I mean. But yeah, I was thinking something like that could be fun. Like Ieyasu loses Sekigahara and everybody's coming for him. What's up, Daniel? What's up, Wolfsheart? With the misinformation gabbing from Wander Strategies, it might pair okay with Bear's Dignity. Gonna be expenses running all those schemes, though. Well, we're gonna have money for trading towns, so we might be able to afford a lot of stuff. But one of the mods I'm using for this run that I'm testing is playing the game with no irrigation canals and no training grounds. So the idea is, this is just an idea, okay? But I have used it before in other games. And I know people that have used it before in other games. And usually, when you don't just focus on soldiers, it forces you to be more creative with how you're going to win your battles. And how you're going to build out your force or your kit. So that's why I'm trying no irrigation, no training grounds. Also, I've noticed that in this game... Oh, shit. I forgot. Not everyone's set to S. I started to do it, but I haven't finished setting all the daimyos to S. Anyway, I also noticed that in this game, the AI doesn't always cap out their castles right away. Sometimes it takes them a really long time, like they almost don't prioritize building out their castles with structures. So that's also what kind of gave me the idea that, like, what if I don't build out troop levels? And so I try to meet the AI kind of on their terms, where it's like all the AI really does is seize like commerce and farms, and then they build kind of sporadically. So it's like, okay, well, I'm going to try to do the same thing. We'll see how it goes. That doesn't mean that we're not going to run into forces that are like have like, you know, huge swarms of soldiers, but it should still make it more interesting in the beginning. I'm not even sure if I can win like this, honestly. Like, we're going to see. I think the battles are going to be much more difficult because you got to figure the biggest castles can support like 7,000 to 8,000 soldiers. That's nothing against a castle like Osaka or Azuchi Castle, Niyo Palace. Those castles that have so many plots of land that you can just get 20,000 soldiers. So imagine something like that. Somebody's attacking you and they've got a unit that's got 10,000. They've got another guy who's got 9,000. And they've got a third unit that's got 6,000, right? Your best castle is capped at 7,000. That's your best. So right away, it's lopsided. Your best is 7K. Their best is like 20K. And now you have to starting from there, giving them that much of a head start, you have to find a way to win the fight. You know? That's what I want to see. Is there room there to play in that playground, or is there not? Can we win some fights like that, or is it just unwinnable, or does it just have to be? Do I just have to cheese? Does it just resort to just cheesing at that point? I don't know. Oh, I hate doing this, man. I mean, it's necessary, but I hate doing this. Should be a set all button. I don't even know why they do this. If you're playing on hard or EX hard, it should just automatically boom set everybody to S. You would think, right? Just saw this live stream. What did I miss? Oh, you haven't missed anything. We're just setting up still. I was figuring out the settings. Isn't basically this Saito 2.0 no covert run but Imagawa? Hold on. Isn't this Saito 2.0 it's not a covert but Imagawa instead? No, it's worse. It's worse than that. It's no covert and no confuse basically. So I think it's worse, Aerofan. And in the covert build, I was building farms. I'm not building farms in this one. So is it 2.5 times worse? I don't know. I have to think about it. It's definitely more than twice as bad. So 2.5, I would say. That's my gut tells me this is going to be 2.5. But it could actually be a lot worse. This is something that we used to do like in Romance 11 back in the day when we played multiplayer. We used to do like, okay, nobody can build barracks. No barrack run. You can't just burst soldiers. You see how it's a reflex? I instinctively go to irrigation canal. Soldiers and food right away. It's like, okay, you can't just burst soldiers. Now what do you do? You know what I mean? Now what do you do? And literally I get fog. I get brain fog. So that's how I know I'm onto something. That's how I know I'm onto something. Because there's an immediate pause. There's like a... What do you do? Because the equalizer for everything in a strategy game is focus soldiers. You know, if I'm playing Total War, I'm playing as Rome. I don't know what I should do. Well, just focus soldiers. Hey, I'm playing as Gaul. I'm playing medieval Total War. I'm playing as France. What should I do with the French? Oh, don't worry. First, focus getting more soldiers. You know what I mean? It's the straight up, it's the quick fix. So it's like, okay, what if you can't do that? And I feel like it's like, okay, now you need to have knowledge. Now all of a sudden, it's like you have to actually know stuff underneath that. You have to know the clan, the strengths and weaknesses of the officers. You have to look at the traits now. Everything you have to comb over more critically now. That's what my gut's telling me. That's why I was like, I have to try this, because I feel like it's going to force me to look at things more critically. And it could be more fun for me. I don't know. It could be more fun. Shingen's probably never going to stop. Sure. Don't go too far. I'm going to need your help with Shingen. Don't go too far, Ojiyasu. I'm just going to build, keep improving commerce right now. We got to get system reform level 3 so we can get the right people. But yeah, right off the top, now that I'm thinking about it, basically you're going to need to have a lot of clan knowledge. Because you don't have the band-aid, you don't have the cure-all. That is just get a bunch of soldiers. And then it's like, okay, what if you're not playing Oda? What if you're not playing Takeda? What if you're not like, oh, well, that's easy, just trample them. Well, that's easy, just shoot them up. It's like, then what? You know? Should I wait for that? I'll just do affairs. If you play Saito again, will you again do it without Mitsuhide? Yeah, I will. Kenyo's AI always builds his castles with 25k troops. Yeah, some AI has distinct personality traits that the game doesn't even address. You know what I mean? This castle's absolutely screwed, isn't it? I don't think this castle's ever going to get... You know, because it's on the front line of Shingen. I do wonder if he's going to attack me instead of going the usual route and attacking the Murakami and conquering, you know, Kai. Or Shinano, I should say. I do wonder if he's going to do that. But yeah, I'll probably do Saito again once we get Complete Edition. Once we get Complete Edition, I'm probably just going to go through all my old runs and redo them. Because the mechanics and the trait, I should say the mechanic, the epic battles mechanic and the traits that are going to get sprinkled into the game are going to be enough to change the game. So it is going to be enough of a change for me to do a new Uesugi run, for me to do a new Takeda run, for me to do another Imagawa, another Ujizane. It is enough of a change. You know what I'm saying? The content that they're adding to it. So right now I'm thinking trading towns, towers on the castles that are going to be vulnerable, trading towns to give me enough money to afford something, some kind of strategy that isn't troops, right? We're going to need money no matter what to afford whatever it is. And I'm thinking my biggest castles, Sunpu Palace, for example, supply stations for extended supplies for my big castles, the ones that have big caps, which it's going to be entirely dependent on the agriculture. I know Sunpu's a big one. I don't know about the other ones. Oh no, he's still going north? Yeah. Why don't we ask the Hojo for a joint attack and just attack Shingen right away? Like, I don't even see the point of dealing with him. Like, waiting for him to get stronger and then come back and destroy me with cavalry like he did the Saito run. Who's... 74 intelligence, gear management. I hate these empty fucking spots and traits. I hate it. It's just a waste of space, bro. Every officer should have 3 traits, man. Even if they're just whatever. Just every officer should have something. Like, why would officers have nothing? I guess I'll do this to get some covert. System reform level 3. Let's do that so we can get the right people. The right people in the right places. And then let's do, why is that tribe at 193? They're not capped. Hold on. Let me catch up with you guys. I tested the max possible soldiers which can be in a castle. In Osaka, with the trading grounds at level 5, they're around 49k. 49k? That's crazy. 49k. That is nuts. Could have gotten more with commons. You could probably stack a lot of troops in Echisen's castles, yeah. So what's the stipulation of this run? Okay, Silvery Moon, so I'm calling this lean and mean. Lean and mean is no trading grounds, no irrigation canals. That's pretty much it. I have a couple of things that I want to test. That's one of them. So we're not using laws of Imagawa because that would pretty much like undo the whole point of this. Instead, we're using something I haven't used before, which is Bear's Dignity, I think it's called. I just picked a way of that I haven't used before. We're not going to use Laws of Imagawa because that's counterproductive to the whole thing. The only reason we're playing Imagawa is because I was like, I want to play as someone that I want to play as this time, you know? Like, I just want to have fun with a clan that I like. Especially if I'm going to try this challenge, because it could go very badly. He's not moving though, right? He just sent like small little units to go attack over there, which is interesting. Because I don't think he won. Yeah, Shingen did not win that fight. And the Saido are heading east, which is kind of weird. If the Saido make me look bad again, bro. If this Saido clan does well again, imagine. That'll be the second time. Is there a way to know in advance when you are going to go live? Altacia, I'm going, right now I'm doing Tuesdays and Thursdays. I wasn't able to yesterday because I got a PS5 and I had to get an adapter. I had to hunt down like an adapter for the camera, for my PS4 camera, so it would work on this. But right now I'm shooting for Tuesday and Thursdays on the mornings, and then Saturdays. Saturdays around 9 is when we do our Sons of Steel community run. Supply station, let's do that. That's it, right? Yep, that's 4. Yeah, Shingen's not moving. And he failed to take the castle, which means Yoshikiyo's going to take the castle. And I'm going to watch Shingen. As soon as Shingen goes to move, I'm going to follow him out. Oh, there he goes. You see our cap? Our caps are way lower. So winning battles should be a lot more difficult. So, did I get System Reform level 3? I've said this before, right? I think I said it like 10 minutes ago, but I'm going to say it a couple more times. The thing is that when you play a strategy game and you don't burst soldiers, whatever your strategy game is, if you don't burst your soldiers, you suddenly have to change how you approach everything. Because bursting soldiers is kind of a cure-all in anything. It's kind of the quick fix. You don't have to know mechanics. You don't have to know kingdom or clan strategies or synergies or the officers. All that takes a back seat to just create more soldiers. So that's what gave me the idea to do this. That in past experience, like I said, Romance 11, we used to do runs like this, where it was like, okay, you can't just use the tool that everyone else uses. You know, the most common thing, the most common denominator, eliminate it. Now what do we do? And what I'm finding out already is that it's a very different game. Which is what I suspect with the other things. But like when I get to the other things that we're going to test, I'll get to them later. But right now I want to test this. I want to test no training grounds, no farms. Can't build irrigation canals, you can't build training grounds. How do you win your battles? How do you navigate the map? How much more difficult is it to get things done? Are there traits that matter? You know what I mean? When you eliminate the top tier way of playing in anything, you have S tier. You eliminate S tier. Now everything that's below it comes up. So now you're looking at stuff that you didn't notice before, you know? It's like I was saying earlier, the usual prom date has canceled. Now you have to look at the other girls, right? You were focused on the one girl. That's the girl that you always go. That's the best girl. But she's canceled. She can't make it tonight. And all of a sudden you're like, oh shit. I got to find, who do I take to prom? You know what I'm saying? You got to look at all these other ones that you never looked at before. You're like, fuck, well, I got to go with somebody. I got to make it work. Ichiodani might be a potential candidate to go even higher. Yeah. Those are the guys in the center up there, right? Yeah, they get some pretty good officers too, man. Legend of the Three Heroes Kingdom. Yeah, I think this Saito clan's probably going to do better. And Kenshin is not going to take over the clan in this run since you turned off events. Yeah, I wonder how they're going to do with Harukake. Yeah, I agree. No money, run, unable to build, unable to plot, unable to do policies. Well, yeah, if you do too many restrictions, that's why I always do like 2 restrictions at a time. Once you do too many of anything is always bad. Too many modifiers is too much. And taking away too many things is just like, you know, don't play the game. It basically becomes, you know, if you get too far into the rabbit hole, it becomes don't play the game. But the thing is, the mind trick is that it's not actually just one extreme or the other. What I've always found is that if you take off the top layer of the cake, there's 3 tiers to the fucking cake, and if you take off the top layer of the fucking cake, there's still plenty of room, plenty of sweetness underneath that nobody notices or plays with because they're always your eyes go straight to the top. So if you just take off that top layer and you look to see what's underneath, a lot of games actually have a lot of cool shit that's going on underneath that you just don't notice. And for me, not just for my playstyle, but also for my runs, I think it'll make for better runs. Ultimately, it'll make for better runs. Should make them more difficult, and it should force me to try to play a little bit differently. Depending on the clan and all that stuff, of course. Like right now, fighting this guy is a total nightmare. Normally, I would just stack soldiers. Well, he has cavalry, but I have swarm, so I'll just eat the hits. And it's like, okay, well, You're not stacking soldiers, so you can only eat so many hits now. Little things like that. It just adds little blemishes to the run that will make it very unique. Did he? No, he didn't. Okay, cool. So he's stuck. He's got him there. I need the Hojo to help me out. If you guys could just... Okay, they're busy. Check back with them back. I'm going to have to wait for him to come back. But I do think I need to kick this spot out. See, I'm already thinking there are priority targets then that you have to go after. Most of them being big capital buildings, like Shingen's capital. Those are going to be problem areas that you just have to target depending on where you are on the map. Because they're going to build up humongous fucking doom stacks that you just can't fucking match. And if you don't build trading grounds and you don't build farms, you just can't match those doom stacks. So that also adds an element of time. Like I have to get here. I have to move and go after these spots, or they're going to be trouble later on. When you play on PC, I wonder how Total War, Three Kingdoms, or Shogun would go. Yeah, I haven't played either of those games. I haven't played Total War in a long time, like since Medieval 2. But my brothers always tell me about the Total War games that I need to get back into them and all that shit. Gotta upgrade the PC, man. I gotta fucking... My PC is old as hell. Alright, this should be easy, but again, taking these hits like this level 7 cavalry, the damage means so much more now. You just can't replace the soldiers as quickly. Over the course of a campaign, it's going to become apparent. Does it matter? Not really. Not really. Man, the game looks... It looks a lot better, man. It looks a lot better. You can even see more soldiers. See, every time I watched Ikari's stream, I would tell him that. I would say, man, you could see more soldiers on screen, more details. More details than on PlayStation 4. So on PlayStation 4, you could see like maybe the general and like 5 guys standing around him. And on this, you can actually see little troop divisions, you know, on the map. Everything, the tree, the wall, everything, it just looks a lot cleaner. The whole game. See, that's fucking miserable. That's miserable because my castle's only got 2,000. So I just lost 20% of my troops, 25% of my troops from my capital. So I'm expecting like growing pains trying to learn to play like this. Ooh. Really? It looks, dude, this game looks so good, man. And you know, they said in the trailer that they're gonna improve the graphics, didn't they? They said they're gonna add more stuff to it. Ooh, no. Nobushige! Let's go! The first casualty. Yes! What's up, Kenshi? This is Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening. It's on the PS4, PS5, Switch, and they're gonna release a new edition in June. I gotta watch the trailer again to see what they say, but there's a line where they're like, we're gonna improve the graphics even more. And I don't even know what you could improve. Honestly, the only problems that I had were because my PS4 was like a base PS4, so it's very, you know, it was up there in age. Just give him a spot somewhere. Give him a spot somewhere. What does he have? Self-defense? Perfect. The loading's a lot quicker too. I can zoom through everything. Who's coming down here? Alright, wait for them. We'll fight them. We gotta do our part to contain Shingen. We keep drawing all the heat, he'll collapse. If we keep drawing all the heat, he will collapse. And I have to get rid of him because his covert harassment is just insane. Like, it never fucking stops with this guy. Just like the Mori. Who was that who was saying that in the chat earlier? Somebody mentioned it earlier. Yeah, Wolf's Heart. Just like Wolf's Heart was saying, it's just like the Mori, where it's just endless fucking bullshit. Endless insight all day. Never stops. Okazaki. I have a lot of bad luck at Okazaki. We're gonna do this just to get Sasai covert. Where's the other guy? Okay, so we attract those two. These two are killing each other. Saito are moving in. As long as it's not Shingen expanding, I'm cool with that. I'm very cool with that. Did we get System Reform level 3? Is it done? Yeah, I need to get back so I can fix my Castle Lord situation. I think I've still got my mom in my unit here. I guess. This is probably a downside of it. I'm going to have to take a lot of fights that are... that normally I wouldn't take because I can't afford the attrition on the map. Can't afford the attrition when you don't have... when you have a lot less troops. Oh, what's up, Strikey Poop? What's the lean and mean concept? We can't increase our soldier count, so no irrigation canals, no training grounds to increase soldier caps. So we can't burst soldiers at all. We just have to, whatever the castle gets, like as part of its natural growth, like from just taking the farms normally, is what we have to work with. So I was saying that you probably played Romance 11 back in the day. One of the things we used to do in Romance 11 was we used to do no barrack runs where you couldn't increase, you couldn't just focus barracks, spam barracks to increase your troop counts. And one of the things that would do, and it's the same game, it's the same thing in any strategy game really, but when you don't burst soldiers, when you don't use increasing your soldier counts as your cure-all, your first step in everything, it kind of forces you to seek other avenues, right? And you end up exploring and discovering other mechanics or other ways to play in the game. You're basically playing a different game. And in some cases, you're actually playing the game. In a weird way. You know, you're actually playing the game now. So for an example, earlier I was saying in Total War... What? 2 for 2? Was that Nobutora? No, that was Yoshimoto. Yoshimoto put him down? Okay. Yeah, we're exterminating the Takeda. Takeda exterminators. Call Yoshimoto's Takeda Extermination Service. Are those pesky Takeda running around your castle backdrops, inciting the populace against you? Call Yoshimoto's Extermination. Takeda Extermination Service. We'll take care of them for you. We'll squash those Takeda bugs for you. What was I saying? I forgot. That was Shingen's double, right? His brother. Let's see if we take out this guy too. Dang, bro. Was that necessary, Nobutora? No problem, Kenshin. This game looks so good. It does look really good. I'll tell you, though, it does not look that good on PS4. So, if you have a base PS4, I mean, I love the game, so I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? If you like the game, you like the game. But it does not look that good on PS4. I'll tell you that. I don't know about the Switch. I don't know if anyone has a Switch here. I know they released it on the Switch. They will optimize the graphics. Yeah, that's crazy that they're gonna optimize them even more because they already look great to me. And it runs so fucking smooth. I was trying to describe it earlier to my girlfriend. I was like, I can't describe like how smooth stuff feels right now. Like I don't know, like the menu navigation, everything feels buttery smooth. It's weird. I'm not used to it. I'm used to it being very, very choppy. You know, everything's kind of choppy. What's up, Ikari? Ikari, are you going to be able to do your Men of the West? Are you going to do Men of the West today, or are you going to put it off till next week? I don't remember what you said in your post. I know you said you were going to be able to do it yesterday. Thanks for sharing the game. I might get it. I recommend it if you like grand strategy, if you like sandbox strategy, Kenshin, and especially if you like this time period. I recommend it. This is this company's best modern game in their strategy games. This is their best modern game. Good shit. Oh, that's bad shit. What are we at? 66? Yoshimoto's got quarterly interest, so that's... Quarterly interest is like a big fucking safety net, too. It's its own safety net in its own way. As long as you've got him available, which, I mean... You know what I mean? You're gonna make it a priority. When an ability is that good, you're gonna make it a priority. Oh yeah, so what I was saying earlier, okay, so... When you don't have the troops things... I was using Total War as an example. If you're playing Rome Total War... Let's go with that one. That's the one that I know the most. You're playing as Rome. You might not know the intricacies of the game, but what you're going to do is you're going to focus soldiers because you don't know anything else, right? If you're playing Gaul, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the strengths are, blah, blah, blah. But until I figure all that out, I'm going to focus soldiers. If you're playing as Macedon, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to focus soldiers. Hoplites, but I'm going to focus soldiers, right? Parthia, same thing. If I'm playing medieval Total War, I don't know. France, I guess their knights are good. I don't know, but I'm going to focus soldier count. Everything, every grand strategy, soldier count, soldier count, soldier count. So when you don't focus soldier count, you have to play, you're almost playing a totally different game at that point. The game gets kind of flipped on its head, and now you have to look at the systems. How do I make the systems work? How do I make the traits, the synergies? You might develop different play styles. You have to, your clan knowledge in this game, for example, now clan knowledge really matters because you have to know what the clan's strengths and weaknesses are. What are their best officers? What do they lean towards? What can I build out of them? Stuff like that. Whereas with soldier count, you fall into this pattern, I do, where you're just like irrigation canal, training grounds, irrigation canal, training grounds, irrigation canal, and that's it. And sometimes I don't even bother with a build. I'll get to the point where I'll be like, oh yeah, what flavor do I want to put on this thing? What little sprinkling of flavor do I want to put on this? Well, if you don't have the soldier count, then now you have to actually, that takes the priority. So everything that was right underneath, it's like eliminating S tier. Now A tier comes up. And now all this A tier stuff that you never look at, suddenly it's all way more important. And you start looking at things critically that you never looked at before. So that's the idea. That's the idea. No training grounds, no irrigation canals. We can't focus on just swarming or increasing troop counts, so we have to win our battles through other means. At a base level, it'll mean that the battles will just be more difficult to win. Like at the very base level, entry level of what I can do with this, at least my battles will be way more difficult as the campaign goes on. And as I get better, it should force me to look at things more critically. And it should be more entertaining. It's going to make my battles more difficult. And, getting your ass kicked or winning by the skin of your teeth is the most, in my opinion, it's the most fun way to play. When you're getting fucking... The Saito run, oh my god. Like, the Saito run, I almost wanted to continue playing the Saito run, but... Like, it's a loss. The Saito run is a loss, but I wanted to continue it and try to prevent the collapse. Because it's just so much fun to just get overrun. Like, that shit was... That was crazy, dude. That Miyoshi, the Chud Lord... That was my mistake, was allowing the Chud Lord to serve the Miyoshi in that run. That's your favorite part of extreme difficulty in 14? The reduced troop recruitment really changes how you play. Wonder if they're going to add new treasures like... They should. I don't know about Ujizane's Kimari Ball. That'd be awesome. If you could customize your own treasures in this game like you can in Romance 14, that'd be awesome. Ujizane's Kimari Ball would give like... I would make it give like life extension. And the Astonish trait. Either Astonish or Speedy, I don't know. I feel like Speedy would make a lot of sense for Ujizane's. I hate that weapons and items don't give you abilities in both of Koei's modern games. Romance 14 doesn't. And this game also doesn't. 8 Remake does it, but it's only because they're copying the old system. Their new games should give you traits, abilities. You know what I mean? You should gain stuff other than a stat increase whenever you get a treasure. Doesn't have to be all the treasures, but some of them should give you something, you know? It should add that layer to consider. You know, like if I give this guy this item... He'll have Equestrian level 1. That's something to consider. Why don't horses give Equestrian? Why don't horses give Equestrian, Koei? That's fucking obvious. When you say it out loud, isn't it obvious? It's like, yeah, what the fuck? Why doesn't a musket weapon give a... You know? It's just basic stuff. Musket should give you gunnery. A horse treasure should give you equestrian. Like, it's just normal common sense stuff when you think about it. And it's like they don't do that. What the fuck? Koei's like, that's a good idea. Why don't you edit that in every time? That's Koei's solution. Koei's passive aggressively is like, that's why we gave you editing. You guys have editing, right? It's a Diablo conference all over again. You guys have phones, right? Koei's like, you guys have edit, right? Fix the game. Fix our game for us. You guys have edit. Alright, we might need to lay siege to Shingen's castle. If we can. Doesn't look like we can right now. Dude, mining... Oh, we need gold mine. Mining technology. Here's... See... You know what I'm saying? When you don't have the troops, you don't have that safety net of, like, extra attrition damage that you can take. So it's like, I have to look at everything now. Everything must be considered. I wonder if they're going to add new treasures. The only challenge I would do for 11 would be no ceasefires because of how broken they were, yeah. Well, this was more for multiplayer, Strikey. When we were all playing together, we always had like a couple of ideas, like a couple of do's and don'ts for multiplayer. You could imagine a room of like 6 of us playing romance all day, and you know, everyone's got a different personality, so you have to, we would just have to, like, in order to prevent fights from breaking out, we'd have to have, like, a lot of different, a bunch of rules and stuff. You have to have a lot of, like, this stuff's allowed, this is not allowed, because some people want to play for fun, some people are, like, diehard min-maxers, some guys are just, like, utterly chaotic, so you have to have, like, but some good stuff came out of that. I don't know where to put Sasai. I don't know if I should put him here against Shingen. He might be able to prevent. Let's do it and see. But he might not be able to use his covert. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Because he was targeting Matsudaira clan, and that was easy. It's easy for Sasai to target them and get covert. So do I want to commit him there? What's the troops here? 24. But yeah, one of the good things that came out of it was I had to, we had a big group of players, and one of my best friends is he's very min-max. So he was very good to figure out, he was very good at coming up with the rules, and one of the things he came up with was that, like, no training grounds. And it evened out the playing field a lot, because we would find that there was a lot of stagnation, because no matter what the force, it was just such a go-to thing to burst the barracks. And then that became a focal point itself, was just raiding barracks and stuff like that. And a lot of things started to develop almost always the same way. So that's what gave me the idea for this. Like I said, sometimes just taking off the very top of the game allows a lot of other things to breathe right underneath it. It's the same with any game, really. Fighting games are the same way. That's why they change. That's why characters get banned in tournaments, or these days they get patched. Certain things get nerfed and stuff like that. It's to allow other things to breathe. Otherwise, you get stagnation, man. Counterattack here, yes. I don't think the Kido... How do you say this clan's name? I always butcher it. Kita. See, I said Kido. Kita Batake. The Kido Batake clan, I don't think that they'll attack me, but they might, because again, low troop counts. Can't just say I'm going to build 3 training grounds and put up a fortress there and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? I might have to get that policy so that these guys could build up their own castles, because I might burn through my treasury. Also need to figure out what to use the money for. We're building up trading grounds, but I'm not sure what for yet. Well, there's only one Sasai. I can't have him be everywhere, thwarting the Takeda, so it figures that Shingen's going to target wherever he's not. It also means allies are going to be a lot more important. A lot more important, because if I can't build up my troop counts, but they can build up their troop counts, that means I'm going to be more reliant on them helping me than ever before. Because I'm always going to be the small... It's going to put like a more focus on diplomacy. There's a lot of things that I feel like it's going to change. That I'm not... You know what I mean? I'm not even sure of yet. I don't even know them yet, but I know change is on the horizon. There's trouble brewing. I just don't know where it's coming from. And it's kind of exciting. Because I don't know if you can win a campaign like this. What's up, Phil? If you can't pull it off tomorrow afternoon, it'll be next week. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, I just want to know for my sake so I can catch it. I don't want to miss it. What's up, Miguchi? Lucretia just in time, as usual. Incredibly punctual. We'll do this as Tokugawa fighting against Toyotomi. Well, I don't know if you were here earlier, Aerofan, but my brain is foggy, man. I think it was Adam who asked me earlier if I had any ideas for like a crazy scenario, and I was thinking a fun scenario. I might do this at some point. Is Ieyasu if he loses Sekigahara? So playing as Tokugawa but lose Sekigahara so that the Date and the Uesugi form the I can't think of the name, but that fictional alliance that they form against you. And you play as Tokugawa losing Sekigahara, and then you reset your castles to base level because Ieyasu's castles are built up. They're kind of stacked in that scenario already. So you reset your castles to starting level, and you build up the Uesugi and the Date castles. Like you cap out their income and their farm level. Not buildings, but cap income and farm level so that they're built up. Because they're forming a coalition and they're gunning for Ieyasu. So play as Tokugawa in that setting. I was thinking that could be good. That could be a tough spot for Ieyasu. Maybe. You know, it's still Ieyasu though. So if I did it, I would probably retire Ieyasu or have him die off and take over as one of his kids. But I was thinking that could be a good one. On the offensive, her valor would go up to 50. I guess. I just don't. I don't know. That feels like a waste. I don't think I'm going to use her to attack. I actually think I should move Nobutora a little bit closer to here, so these two guys should probably switch out. If we're going to try to take out Shingen's castle, which I think is the first move to make. Yeah, I think that's the first move to make. If the Hojo will help me out. Which they seem to be doing pretty damn well for themselves. You'd think they would help me. Alright, keep building up. I got nobody left. Yeah, 1546 Imagawa is a lot weaker. A lot weaker than you would think. You know? And 15... When we get the Birth of Nobunaga scenario, they should be even weaker in that one. That's where they suffered the rebellion. I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I'm sure everybody is, man. There's going to be so many... Birth of Nobunaga is such a different map. Like, if you guys have played Taishi, you know it's way different. Much, much different. Tohoku Alliance. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. It's a shame that Koei are allergic to online multiplayer. Yeah. Yeah, Strikey. They have a really... Dude, they have a very passive-aggressive attitude about multiplayer. It is not good. Every time the fans have asked about multiplayer, Koei's been very snarky about multiplayer. Very snarky. That's why I knew that even Couch... I mean, some people really thought that Couch Co-op was going to be an 8. So you know what I mean? Like, no, dude, never. The Hojo are actually going for it. That means I might be able to scoop up the capital. Thank God. I kind of want to do another supply station. But maybe I should do a rice dealer first to get the crops up. There are certain minimums you have to hit to get some of these spots. And I think crops is one of those big ones. So I'll wait for the labor to come back. His army's going to definitely get destroyed. I mean, there's way too many soldiers, right? So we might be able to scoop up the capital. There we go. Give me the rice dealer. Fictional event battles? Yeah. It would be cool if the... Well, you think we'll get Nagashino? I'm hoping we get the fictional battles on the other side of things. We should get a Yoshimoto winning Okehazama, and we should get a Nagashino where the Takeda win Nagashino. I don't think that's a big ask for them, because they already have the battle set up. They just need to give us control of the other side, right? Archive would just bully my corner in multiplayer. Yeah, Lucretia, it's true. It's true. We had a corner player in our play group, and everybody would go out of their way to fuck with the corner player. So... At least you see me coming, you know what I mean? You already see me coming. So, that's good. That means you should have a plan. You'll have a plan already. That means you'll have a plan, Lucretia. So, when I attack... If I attacked you and destroyed you, I wouldn't feel so bad about it. Because I'd be like, hey, he knew I was gunning for him. He knew what he signed up for when he chose that corner clan. There's no way. Oh boy, you're just not getting it done. All right. I'll show you how it's done. Me and my 2,000 soldiers. Dude, these stacks are so low. These stacks are very, very low. You know, even stuff like militarization might matter, because I might need those extra points. Those extra couple points to beef up my soldiers all of a sudden. That kind of stuff might matter. Our enemy is the fearsome Harunobu Takeda. We'll strike them down here and now. Uh-oh. Dad's getting the belt. Nobutora's getting the belt for his son. Does he die in the event? In the Sekigahara loss? Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I was just speculating that he would live if you're playing as the player and you lose Sekigahara. Oh my god. 800. From 800 to 4,000. 4,000 soldiers from 800. Incredible. Shingen's like, you were gonna what? You were gonna what now? What about Otawara? Can I get Otawara to march with me? Nope. No, I can't. Best you can do is 1,300. Look at the Saito. Sadayori and Dosen. Dosen's looking pretty strong. Well, we're still going to march here. We're still going to take up Shingen's attention. This is really dumb, but I have to take the fight. Servers cost money? Yeah, servers cost money. That's right. That's what they say, Lucretia. But imagine not even taking the risk. Like, they could at least take the risk one time. Koei's not even willing to take the risk on one of their games. They could just pick one of their games and have online multiplayer to try it out, just to see if it would boom. And it would. We all know that it would boom. Maybe not in the West, but in the East, if they put up servers over there, hell, most of us would play over there. Like, Nobunaga's Ambition online over there, I would play on Japanese servers or Asian servers. I don't need to know what the other players are saying. I'm just going to build a swarm and stomp them out. I don't need to understand what they're saying. Like, just have a couple servers. Just try it. Can we lay siege to the castle? I'm gonna try anyway. Fuck it. The reward is too great to not try to lay siege to the castle. I want a fictional event where the Hojo fights the Toyotomi instead of sitting in Otawara like a indecisive type of battle. Oh, yeah, that would be cool. I wonder if we'll get an Otawara scenario. Didn't they say they're adding like 5? So one of them could be Otawara. You don't think we'll get any event battles? I don't know. I think it's possible that we'll get the other side of the event battles. Ieyasu dies only in the Eastern Army downfall, which is different from the Northern Coalition. How are the Imagawa doing? I have no idea. We can check. They're looking pretty damn strong. 12,000 soldiers. Well, Nari's only got four castles. Well, he starts with 4, doesn't he? We don't have the diplomacy turned on, so if clans are allied, that's because they made those alliances. So like the Mori and the Kono, they made that alliance. The Miyoshi with Uragami, they made that alliance. Imagawa with Uragami, that's like a brand new alliance. So we're playing full sandbox. You know what? Just send me who you got. Is it him? The picture is him. Why doesn't Otawara march with me, bro? If I could get his stack here. Has this castle fallen? Maybe if this castle falls, then he'll actually march. Oh, is he leaving? Are you really quitting already? You're about to win. That's when you quit. This tribe's not going to do anything for me. Not in a siege. Sasai's still targeting Okazaki. It's almost like you don't like the Tokugawa, Sasai. Like you have it out for him. Now Otawara's marching. So, alright, send me the units. Fuck it. Wait, who's he sending? 500. 300 and 600. Okay, so that's not even worth fighting. So thanks for nothing. Not even one unit has 1,000. I thought at least one of them had 1,000 and the other two were split. Alright, let's try the siege. We could get absolutely destroyed by the charges. But they're all 400 soldiers. Come on, we have to win this. We have to win this. You thought it was 25? 25 what? Scenarios? No, they're adding like 5, I think. 25 would be crazy. Not including the DLC. Like, I know the DLC is like... There's like 6 or 8. No, that's way too high. There's like 3 or 4 that are DLC, I think, that we haven't gotten. And then there's like 5 or 6 that they're adding to the game. So we're going to get like 6 to 8 brand new start dates. In the West. A couple of them are recycled from the East, but we've never gotten them over here. Alright, this looks winnable. I'm going to take the tribe and send them all the way over here. You know what? I just remembered that Nobutora is not very loyal, so this might not be as winnable as I think it is. This looks a lot better than my PS4. Looks a lot better. Alright, so we have to go this way. Where's Nobutora at? Here? Yeah, Nobutora might quit the field early, and he's kind of the hardest hitter in the whole force. It looks so clean. Going to see you play Crusader Kings 3, something completely different. Yeah, I'd like to play Crusader Kings 3. The 2 big games I can think of off the top of my head are Crusader Kings and Total War that I like to play. Like outside of the Koei games. Both those games allow for like, you know, just really crazy campaigns or ideas. They both like allow you to try kind of whatever you can come up with. What does this do? But there's a tower here. This is like weird how we have to navigate this area right now. Hold on, wait a second. Let Sasai hit him with Communion of Minds. The debuff is attack. That was cool. You can't tell me this is gonna hit him, right? Dude. Okay, yeah, the boulder. We're out of boulder tower range. What I could do is swing all the way around and try to attack Kanzuke with Nobutora. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Never mind, charge in there. Charge. Yoshimoto's already tired. See if you can destroy this guy. Dude, that... I don't know what happened there. The game kind of like sped up big time. Come on, guys. That's easy morale. Easy morale. Take that guy out, please. Okay. I think that's it for the tribe unit. I don't think I can use them anymore. Yep. Tribe unit's already done. So we can try to encroach up here. Where are you going? Yes! Alright, hang on. Nobutora and Shingen over here. Hold on. Hold on, Junior. The old man's got to get his... He's got to catch his breath, you know what I mean? He's not as young as he used to be. Alright, let's go. Pincers don't work here. Alright. Confuse him, and then Yoshimoto can follow behind. Sasai, break this. Is it in range of the boulder tower? No, it should be outside of range. Okay. Let's go. What happened to the confuse? It wasn't ready? All this time? Alright. It's a family reunion. Nobutora and Shingen. That animation is clean. Shingen's attack is still 134. Even with Sasai's attack debuff. Wow. Alright, get in there. Come on, Nobutora. Teach that young whippersnapper a thing or two. A thing or two about a thing or two. Oh, there he goes. He's still holding the gate? I don't know if we can get through. They still got a lot of power. And we're kind of running out. Hold the entrance open. Nobutora's got to talk to the boy over here. I can't imagine that I'm getting a lot of soldiers back. Actually, I am. I'm getting like 200. Which doesn't sound like much, but it is. Three times already, dude. 3 times Communion of Minds. Come on, Nobutora. He's not going to beat Junior. He's not beating Shingen. Alright, get out of the way. No wonder you were exiled. Embarrassing. What's up, Toby? Birth of Oichi scenario. Where's that confused guy? We could use him. Also, this tribe unit can probably break that for a little morale. Come on, Yoshimoto. Oh! Boom! Haru! Imagawa Extermination Squad! That's how you do it! And thus, the PlayStation 5 is christened. It has officially been christened with a Battle Daimyo death of the highest of tiers. Of the highest of tiers. Yoshimoto striking down Shingen. How do you like that? Get out of the way, Nobutora. Yoshimoto's gonna handle this shit, and he did. Takeda exterminators. You know that siege was looking dicey. Yoshimoto just pulled out the bow. Best archer in Tokai. I'll take care of this. Wow, what a win. Alright, who cares about Matsudaira? You guys couldn't have a better clan react than Matsudaira? A great victory for the Imagawa. That's probably the biggest win I'm going to get. I can't believe we killed Shingen already. That's fucking crazy. We just crippled Takeda. They're done. Just like the Saito run. Except this was immediate results. Somehow, the parameters for this run were a lot more difficult, and yet we got more immediate results against Takeda than Saito. Which means the fall is going to be even worse than Saito. Oh. Well, well, well. Friends already, huh? Alright, we got supplies. We can keep marching. But he's got Saito backing, so we're not going to be able to do anything. So let's just get the hell out of here. We should put Nobutora here. Nobutora should reign in his old capital. That much is obvious. Who? She's already in the game? 16. Code of the Ninja. Uh-oh. Covert? Covert never left. Never left my heart. Is that the third Takeda you killed? Yeah, it is, Strikey. We've killed 3 Takedas in this stream. That's why he's Tokaido's best. That's right. Dude, I can't believe we killed this guy already. An enormous burden already. Right, so we'll put Nobutora back in charge. That's part of the deal. In my head canon, that was part of the deal, you know? The old tiger is back in his stomping grounds. Let's give this castle to somebody who's just got political. It's really shocking how bad Imagawa are. Like, pre-Matsudaira clan Imagawa are really bad. They're held up by like 4 people, and that's it. I'm really looking forward to the birth of Nobunaga scenario. They're going to be even more difficult. Shingen's already out of the equation, man. That's crazy. We got 2,000. All right. We have a huge surplus of cash, too. Let's do supply station. What if we search now? You think we'll have a higher chance? Nope. Still bad. Now, eliminating Takeda is going to be a lot more difficult because they're allied with the Saito already. So that's going to be a problem. Sasai's still bullying the Matsudaira. Should be able to get covert. Yep. Nobutora will do battle for him. Honestly, I'd like to give Yoshimoto covert so he can charge Tokaido's best a little bit faster. But I'm going to have to go out of my way to do that. Because I don't think he's going to recommend it. That's why he's Tokaido's best. He didn't get his Shingen buff. He did trigger it like twice, but yeah, it wasn't enough. There's probably going to be Takeda retainers ready to quit. Like, in time, as time goes on, it's going to get worse and worse, because when you take a big clan and you force them to just lose a lot of territory, a lot of the retainers will start to get dissatisfied over time because there's not enough room for territory or anything. Let this I do it. Man, that was a good fight. That was a good siege. I still actually need all this territory, you know? That's another thing. It's like we're not going to just start running away with the game because despite having all the territory, if you don't burst soldiers, then each territory is like 4,000 soldiers each. So still fighting a clan that's got half your size is still going to be tough, you know? I don't know if he can march out because we hit him with supply, raid. Or I might be able to steal his stuff. This is what the Mori do to me. They hit me with raise, and then they incite, and then I don't have enough supplies to put down my own rebellions. So it's just chaos. I think right now I can keep him on the ropes for a second and just capture his stuff. Let's try to have Yoshimoto do some covert, if that's possible. So he can get covert. That way he can charge Tokaido's best more often. Tokaido's best will restore soldiers, increases defense. We don't have a lot of soldiers, so an ability like Tokaido's best becomes way more important with this type of run. Do we have a treasure? Oh, the weapon. I don't even know where to put her, honestly. What does she have? Just castle defense? She's pretty much ready to jump ship. Anywhere would be 95. So 95 and a little gold is already more than enough. I'm thinking self-defense. Maybe with Nobutora. People are jumping ship from that horrendous Takeda clan. We have the real Takeda over here. We have the actual ruler. The old daimyo is back. Who is the new Takeda daimyo, Wolf's Heart? Oh, I'll show you right now. It is... Oh, Yoshinobu, right. Honestly, he's not bad. I mean, he's no Shingen. He is no Shingen. But he's not bad. It's just a drastic drop. He's only 11 years old. So that means the game kind of forced him to... he was kind of forced to enter the game. Because Shingen passed away already. Yoshimoto put an arrow right through his eye socket. Alright, supply station. Do a rice dealer, man. And then for policies... we could try this just to get misinformation. That might be the way to go. We could actually build cavalry now that we have some Takeda territories. Imagawa cavalry. That sounds weird, but could work. 8 formations or equestrian? Let's get the council spots open. That's probably more important than anything else. We also need somebody in charge up here. I forgot that they gave us Uehara. Motonobu. That's easy. Utmost devotion. Harukage is not doing too bad. You know, all things considered. Age 11, yeah, Wolfheart. Just a kid. Oh, I forgot to use an attendant. We gotta put her as an actual unit. That'll help Yoshimoto get his covert up a little bit quicker. The devious and the plot boost. Holy shit, look at the Rokaku. Wiped out the Azai. Mori have an extra castle. The Ottomo have taken most of Kyushu. Hosokawa are still in the game. Does Soma have 5 castles? They even got Tanemune on their side. Anto have 5 castles. This map is developing in unexpected ways. The Soma, yeah, they're rampaging, bro. That is so strange to see. The rumor worked. Okay, cool. Is that enough to give you covert? No, not yet, but she can have covert. Oh wait, it's Daimyo, that's why. Nope. Do another one. Low chance of success. Fuck. Alright, just do the easy stuff then. Wait a minute. Toratane. Toratane is unhappy with his position, you say. Minno's Night Demon. You don't say. Yeah, even without like the irrigation to training grounds, we should be able to put some alright forces, but we're almost always going to be outnumbered. You know? We're either going to be breaking even or outnumbered in a fight, in a straight up fight. The Truisugi and the Hojo fighting. That's a canon event. I will get involved over here, but I want to wrap up the Takeda and then start heading west. This is a journey to the west campaign. Bond breaker between Takeda and Saito. Let's do that. Please use your... Oh yeah, it's not going to work because of Dosen. The Viper... The Viper of Minnow is going to see right through it, isn't it? isn't he? System reform level 2. I can't get over how crisp this game looks. It's fucking crazy. I do not miss the choppiness. Do not miss that PS4 choppiness, I'll tell you that. Yeah, I think they took advantage of the Date Civil War. I think you're right, Arrowfen. I think that's exactly what happened. The last couple streams that Takeda's been getting... Yeah, dude. You're not wrong about that. It's weird. I think I've killed Shingen twice. We killed him in the Cider Run. We killed him in this. We captured and killed him in our Shinano expedition last week. Our Sons of Steel run. That was probably the hardest one. Because that was like a really crazy march up there. We had to march over, what was it, like 4 castles. Marched over 4 castles to get there. Just to get a shot to take them out. Equestrian. Maybe we should get Equestrian just to get the stables. Let's take system reform. Come on. System reform is like, it's pretty much essential. I always say get your console policy board set up, but it's almost essential if you're not going to have soldiers to bolster your ranks. Because now it's like you need the extra people. Marriage between who? Marry off Yoshimoto's mom? Is there anyone even in her range? Tsunetaka, he's 43. Ganon is 56. Okay, yeah, we could do that. No, I'm not doing that. She's too good. We need her on our team. We're not just going to sell mom out like that. Alright. Is that enough to get covert? It's gotta be. Yes. Now, can we extract Toritane? Low chance of success. You got 97 intelligence, bro. Hold on. Hold on. Maybe I can buy him an item. This will put his intelligence at 100. One hundo. Is that enough? Maybe he'll jump up a whole tier. 50-50. I like those odds. And I'm going to have Yoshimoto do another rumor. So he can keep getting covert experience. Yeah, let's do a wrench here. The Nagao clan has taken the Uesugi's defensive base. Wow. Harukage is actually kicking ass. And he has none of Kenshin's buffs or abilities. The Nagao clan can really fight. I guess so. Is it Ujizane? Oh, no. Oh, fictional daughter for Yoshimoto. She has Confuse Abuse. She's S tier. Hardline, Utmost Devotion. She has Bowman just like her father. Strength in Numbers, Way of the Imagawa. Alright, what do we name her, guys? I'm gonna get some coffee. If anybody has any ideas for her name, just type it in the chat. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some coffee. Also, if you guys could do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The true Uesugi gonna be a powerhouse and birth of Nobunaga start. Yeah, what's the name of Kenshin and Harukage's father? That birth of Nobunaga start is just gonna have so many different runs that you can run like do off of that. Just that start date alone. What's up, James? Mononoke Haru Imagawa, Mariko Imagawa, Ujizanin. That one's, can't even say that one, Ikari. Mariko, I like Mariko. Mariko's good. Let's do that one. Mariko Imagawa. I hate that they took out Bose, you know? Bose used to be its own branch back in the day. Dude, she's got 77 Valor. Wow. She's a beast. Are you serious? Already dying? It's 1549. What do you mean it's 1549? Barely been 2 years. Ah, man, attacking the site. I mean, attacking the Takeda. Now it's going to be like attacking the Saito, you know what I mean? So the Uesugi lost that siege. Now they're collapsing. So it's going to be Hojo versus Uesugi. Harukage's Uesugi. I wonder where Kenshin's at. There's Kage-ie. Kenshin doesn't even have a castle yet, huh? Is he over here? Oh, he's in the west. Okay. Wow. Your older brother's doing a pretty good job. Insight again, should we? Why not? It's hilarious at this point to just pick on Matsudaira. Strangely, Narimasa going to be young in a start for once. Yes, that's gonna be weird. Wolf's hard. You know what's fun about these really early starts is seeing some of these guys that you're used to them being like 50 or older, and all of a sudden they're gonna be like 30 years old. That's gonna take some getting used to. Like seeing some of these guys just be like 30 years old when you're always used to them being old guys. It's that far back. Bro, that raise crippled them. Absolutely crippled them. They don't have anything left. One supply and 1,000 soldiers. That was brutal. That was too much for them. Just send the tribes in and put them out of their misery. Yeah, Truasugi are done for. We're about to enter the next stage of the war, which is going to be fighting the Nagao and the Saito. Looks like those two are going to be the big heavyweights. And then the third stage could actually be the Oda, because I feel like while I'm fighting these two giants right here, the Oda are going to be free to keep going west, which is our ultimate direction too. Ultimately, that's where we're going to go too. I need to beat the Takeda down. Short unit supply, let's get that. Or small unit deployment, whatever. Yeah, let's just get this. Get all these unlocked already. Well, I can afford to take the hit. I'll take the hit. In the future, we don't know how dire things are going to get, you know? No, I don't know if I want to be next to the Oda already, now that I think about it. They did make a deal with the Matsudaira, huh? I'm kind of surprised you're not sending any help. Castle raid, anybody? You got it? Okay. Toratanehara appears to be on the fence. Holy shit, we're gonna get this guy? What is this timeline? What is this timeline and why is it so great? Now, can I kick off one of my castle lords? I can. Okay. So I can kick any castle lord off and give him whatever castle. What are his, immovable is defense. Cavalry or musket attacks? Well, the cavalry force in the game is already gone. I guess maybe the Oda he could be useful against in the future. So I guess we could put him on the Oda border. I guess. It only makes sense, right? So let's see. Let's give him, I guess, this castle here. See, even with the soldier counts low, like without me building irrigation canals or training grounds, our soldier caps are still pretty good. 3,000 to 4,000. Each castle is 2,000 to 4,000, I mean. That's still pretty good. It's not insanely high, though, where it's just, that's all that there is to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think I could just give him this castle. It doesn't even have to be forever, only a couple years. And I could give him the sword. Or I could just buy him a treasure. Lord of Nagashino. That's not going to change by much. Yeah, just 5 years. We can give him our extra gold. 3,000 gold, though, I feel like I can just buy an item. That doesn't make any sense, bro. Why would I give him 3,000 gold? I can probably get an item that'll do the same amount of loyalty and increase his stats. Somebody should have checked how the gold situation worked out in negotiations in this game. Like, that one slipped through the net. It feels pretty useless. I don't think I've had a situation where gold was, like, crucial, you know? All this stuff is 8,000, and it was 3,000 to get +2 loyalty. I don't know how much this would increase it by. I can always take Sasai's item boosting, intelligence boosting item back and give it to him if I need to. Alright, as soon as he gets there, he'll join the march. Anybody have raid? Castle raid? Nope. Let's get the sea god next to the sea. Oh, he's got to come back. Never mind, we'll do that later. Put a arrow tower here in Uehara. With Tsunehisa? Yeah, I know. All these old daimyos that are up there in Chugoku, I was saying this at the beginning of the stream, but the Chugoku region is going to be so different, you know? Yeah, Middle Night Demon might matter. Katsuyori trait? I hope so. Katsuyori should have a trait. He did have his own special, what was it called? Not policy, but Katsuyori had his own special oh, I can't think of the name. His own special Taishi branch. Legacy or anyway, Katsuyori had his own special unique stuff in Taishi, and they should give him at least a trait or something, or a tactic. Like, he's not bad. He's not bad in Awakening, but he should have something unique. He should have something that's close to crack troops, actually. Maybe speed goes up and attack goes up. There should be a reverse of Communion of Minds. Communion of Minds lowers attack of the enemy and lowers their speed. There should be attack that increases your speed and increases your attack. That could work with Katsuyori. Like a cavalry unit that's charging, increase that unit, you know, there should be a tactic that increases your speed and increases your attack. Kind of like crack troops. Something like that. No, I don't want an arrow tower. Only 2 months. Always only 2 months. We're at 100, so we'll be alright. I think we'll be just fine. Imagine charging into... Yeah, without fear of being nuked. I know, Middle Night Demon is so strong. Is Chugoku going to be more fractured? Yeah, it should be more fractured. Yoshishige? Yeah, Yoshishige needs his own golden trait. I've been holding off on, like, going through and giving everyone traits for the longest time, and I'm glad I did, because now that we're going to get Complete Edition... we can let Koei give all these guys some abilities, and the people that still don't get addressed will have a bigger pool of tactics and traits to give them to. So once Complete Edition drops, I'm just gonna slowly go through the game, you know, with like a fine-tooth comb, and just slowly go through everything and address all of these guys that just don't have anything, you know. A lot of the traits in this game should be should apply to more than one person. If for no other reason than they're just fun. Like, there's a lot of fun traits in this game that there's only one of. Like Lightning Flash is really cool. Female Warriors is really good. There's a lot of really cool traits, but they're just one-ofs. Middle Night Demon. It just goes on and on. I don't know why they dialed back on them so much in this game. Like, it's almost like they were really careful. I might go double tower there. I don't know. Here we can just go trading towns. I might do one more supply station here, so I have plus 30 days. Lacking 2 labor, right. Alright, wait for the labor. Actually, let's check covert. Just free covert experience for Yoshimoto right now. This guy's completely stuck. He has no supplies. He can't really deploy or do anything. We're just slowly blockading him down. I forgot to get Toritani over here. What's his name should be alive too. This guy's father. What's his name? Kiyoyasu. Kiyoyasu should be alive. In the Birth of Nobunaga scenario. It's just gonna look very, very different, man. Oh, the Oda had finally stirred, huh? Finally, the Oda come to lift the siege there. Yeah, Sunfu's gonna be our strongest castle, easily. And then followed by the old Takeda capital. So because of the troop count reduction, the capitals are really important. So like the Takeda capital, Odawara, the really big castles, Kyushu Castle, those are going to be like, what's the word I'm looking for? Landing pads or milestone markers. Markers that I want to get because they'll allow me to field higher troop counts even without having to build training grounds and stuff like that. They just become way more important. That's pretty good damage. I guess we'll keep storming. They're going to be walking into a pincer. I wonder if he's going to attack me. Or when he's going to attack me. I feel like the Nagawa are going to attack, for sure. I can't see them not attacking, you know? We should give us modding tools. Yeah, modding tools would be a lot better. You think you think Motonari is going to need a buff? How much? What more can you give Motonari, Arrow fan? What more can you give him? That damage, that is a lot of fucking damage. Holy crap. Toritane is just really fucking strong. What are you guys doing? You're not coming back to your base. Okay, that took way too long. Took a lot of hits there. Oh, not me. Oh, thank God. That was like everybody but me. Everybody but me got hit. You know, with the buffs to the other clans, the Mori might actually be a clan that could be in a tough spot. They might actually be difficult to play. Well, probably not. But in theory, Birth of Nobunaga should be the Mori's toughest start. At least in theory. Because the competition is a lot stronger. Ah, it's too much damage, right. It's fine. We could wipe them out, honestly. I don't think the Oda could do much. But I need these guys ready to march up towards the Takeda. Speaking of that, we got Equestrian already. And we've got some council spots. Now, I'm not going to use Laws of Imagawa because we're not leaning into bursting soldier counts like I said at the beginning. That's why I picked the Bear's Dignity, which I have no idea how to really use this. Way of the Takeda is way better, so we'll get that. She's about to pass away, though, isn't she? She was the one who fell sick. Nobutora still doesn't have the rank, huh? So I might lose that. I might lose that in a second. Let's get easy commerce. Don't know why I haven't done that already. Damn Takeda. I mean Takeda, Oda. Damn Oda. Nobuhide actually chased me down. We're going to see the event where Dosen is going to take over the Toki clan. Oh, that's a good point, Tomi. I would think so. So here's the thing. If somebody's, or if you guys remember from the trailer, I think they said over 885 events. I think it was 185. There's like 170 events in the game. I wonder if I can check them here. Does it tell me the number? Well, okay, if I'm looking at all clans, it says 266. So I'm wrong. Yeah, I have to be wrong. So I'm wrong on the number. Okay, so I don't remember what the number was. I just remember from the trailer, when I did the numbers, I think we're getting at least 10 to 15 new events in the game. At least, which isn't a lot. I'm not saying that's a lot. It's not. But you have to figure that you're going to get some of those heavy hitters like that, for example. The Imagawa Civil War, Dosen kicking out the Toki clan, or the Toki clan are just going to be their own faction. You have to figure that you're going to be able to play as the Toki clan, as what's his name? I don't know his name. But the guy who's in charge, and Dosen should be working under him. Should be an underling. So you can pretty much just boot up Taishi. If you own Taishi and you own the Birth of Nobunaga scenario, because I think it was a DLC, you should be able to look at that map, and Awakening's version of it should be very similar. I think it's still going to be a little different. There's going to be a little minutia there that's a little different. But it should be similar. But yeah, there should be events like that. What's up, Sean? Will you focus on fighting the Imagawa tomorrow? Yeah, dude, tomorrow we have to fight the Imagawa. Tomorrow is going to be nasty. Because the Imagawa have Odawara. Yoshimoto, I mean, is it Yoshimoto? Yeah, it's Yoshimoto. He's got a very big doom stacks. So we're going to, there's nothing else to do tomorrow. And our Sons of Steel campaign, there's nothing to do but to fight our way through Imagawa tomorrow. That's the big thing. Keep an eye on the Date, but we're going to have to focus Imagawa. So hopefully I can get a large battle. That's what I want, is to trigger a large battle. Extract who? Can Yoshimoto extract them? Because he needs covert. Low chance for Yoshimoto. Give it a shot anyway. What's Motonobu's ability? Jeer? I don't think that's good for covert at all. We'll give the other two guys civil. That's fine. Covert just to jeer more frequently is kind of whack. That's no good. It's no good. The community stream? Yeah, it's going to be around 9 o'clock, yeah. I usually start around 9. They should let you restore clans as a side mission? Yeah, that would be... Musket tactics in Birth of Nobunaga? I don't know. There's going to be a Mitsuhide takeover for the Toki. Oh, that would be cool. They said they're going to add, what is it, 5 or 6 scenarios? So what do you guys think are going to be the other ones? I mean, we know Birth of Nobunaga. Odawara? I have to assume one of them is going to be the Odawara scenario. We're going to get like a proper, you know, Hideyoshi about to destroy the Hojo Odawara scenario. There's a time gap from like 1584 in this game all the way to 1591, the fictional. And then there's another time gap from 1591, 9 more years until Sekigahara, 1600. So there's 2 big time gaps in this game. You have time gaps of like 2 years that are very close together, and then you have 2 big jumps in time. You have from 1584 to 1591, and from 1591 jumps all the way to 1600. So, big fucking jumps. I have to assume that they're going to fill those in. But I don't know how they're going to do it, because I know that they don't want to cover Hideyoshi's invasion. Like, you know they don't want to do that. So, what are they going to do? Are they just going to, like, go around that? You know? How's Koei going to handle that? Because they're not going to bother with the invasion, the Korean invasion and all that. They're not going to bother with any of that. But you have these awkward jumps in time where it's like, okay, well, what are you going to do then? What is the plan? I wouldn't mind more fictional starts, honestly. If like half of the new scenarios, the brand new ones, are fictional, that'd be fine by me. As long as they're not lazy, you know, like Shingen's final step. You guys remember that from Spear? Shingen lives. There you go. There's the scenario. As long as we don't get lazy shit like that, where it's like, oh, Shingen was supposed to die, but instead he lives. There you go. It's like, don't do that. I could do that with the edit. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's not gonna live much longer. Mariko wants to do the insight. Let the girl do it. Go ahead. Go ahead, daughter. Great suggestion. Wave to Takeda has been introduced, and then she passes away. And then she passes away. Toki clan is maybe a Kyushu invasion. Kyushu invasion, Ikari? Oh, fuck, dude. I hope not. I hope not, man. You can't make that. You can't make Kyushu interesting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You just can't. It's not going to happen. So just give up. That's what I would tell the Koei leadership. Just give up. It's not going to happen. It's too far away. You guys made supplies take too long in this game. It's too much of a headache. Stop wasting resources in Kyushu. Forget about it. Fix the speed of your marches. If you can't do that, don't bother developing Kyushu anymore. Leave it. What the fuck is this? Wow. Okay, Matsudaira, you got me good. Toritane, you bastard. Not even a warning, Toritane. Not even a warning. Not even a warning, bro. Just like that. Not even a phone call. That's harsh. Harsh stuff. You might as well fight them because you're really gonna call on the Oda? You're really calling the Oda to fight a tribe unit? That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing, brother. I'm embarrassed for you. Stables. Let's do it. Nobutora's been quietly rebuilding the Takeda cavalry this whole time. They're not going to know what hit them. They're not going to know what hit them. A port. I really want to see, I know I've said this a lot, but I really want to see them add more sea routes. I feel like every location that has a port needs to have a sea route. If you have a port, I'm talking about Owari over here, all this stuff over here, you need to have more sea routes. This needs to have more sea routes here. This needs to have more sea routes. There should be sea routes over here on the edges, right here. From here all the way down there, there should be a connecting point like this, like that. And then there should be one coming out like this. That's what I want to see. I want to see them finish whatever the intention was for the sea stuff in this game. That would add, that's something that you could do that wouldn't take a lot of work and it would add a whole layer to the game. To the overworld map. I think I'm gonna march myself over here. March towards Nagashino. Put down this, well, you know what? Let me move somebody off so I can bring the kid with me. Put the sea god next to the sea. It only makes sense. Alright, let's go. Go punish Toritane for his insolence. Yo, this is getting kind of excessive here. Matsudaira is going kind of hard here, asking for help. The Satomi has taken the Hojo's defensive base. Are you serious, Hojo? You're losing bases to Satomi? You like a scramble scenario in 14 where there are a low stat bunch, the geezers, the nerds, the brutes. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. At least for final step, he's turned Ieyasu to a one castle start and is pushing into Owari. Yeah, if they shake it up a little bit, the map layout. But if it's just a very lazy, like, this guy survives, that's just a waste of time. I don't think it's going to be anything like that. Because they gave us the editing tool. So I don't think Koei's going to do anything like that because they're aware of it. Like, well, the player could just edit this shit themselves, right? But still. A Ryozoji scenario because his family only starts with one castle. Maybe. A scenario with the Emperor. Yasuke's ambition. Well, Yasuke already got his video game. He's already got more time in the limelight than anyone else, arguably. He's got his own AAA title. If it means anything, I kept getting hit by Takeda covert over and over. Yeah. I get that, Toby. Toby, that war against the Takeda that you have in your run looks really nasty. Like, I used to get into battles like that with Takeda in Iron Triangle, and in Iron Triangle, it was near unwinnable to stomp out the Takeda when they got that big. Because their stats are just... You know, having all that territory on top of all those stats, it was really difficult to win. That's one of those areas where the decisive battles are going to be so useful, though, because we'll be able to wrap up our campaigns a lot faster. Yoshinobu actually beat him? Oh, he must have got... Yeah, he's probably got stronger people in his unit. That's what it is. That's fine. I'm not worried. Where's Yoshimoto? Way the fuck back there. Alright, hang on. Wait for Yoshimoto. Or you know what? No, pincer. It's pincer time. Well, if he gets close enough, we will have enough for what? 4 on 4 here? This guy's got 7,200. My cap is 6,300. He's got 72. This is what I'm saying about this. The idea is I'll eventually start fighting forces that just have higher troops than me all the time. It's just the norm. You know what I mean? Are they running back? They are running back. They're avoiding Yoshimoto. After them. Middle's Night Demon went off for some reason. Oh, that's right, because we have cavalry. What if you go for the castle back here instead? What if you do that? Come on, Yoshimoto. Hurry up, Yoshimoto. You know we're not that good. You know we're not that good. We can't actually fight on the map that well. Toratane. You traitor. You plunged all of Western Tokai into war with your foolishness. You watched my Viper playthrough and I got whipped? Okay, bro. That shit is not... Listen, that wasn't as easy as it looked, alright? That was hard, bro. That Saito run was fucking hard. You know how many times I had to start over because my daimyo died? And I had to start over with no prestige from scratch? That run was brutal. Fingers crossed for more routes and more castles. Yeah, that would be great. More castles, man. That's a good point. We'll start more castles. Your blue berserker pirate to do some sea god stuff. I will try, Adam. I'll try. Scenario where an anti-Yoshimoto coalition forms after he takes the capital. See, that's a good idea, Ikari. How about a Yoshimoto takes the capital? Yeah, like you're saying. And then everyone just allies against him? Like, we gotta stop this guy? Yoshimoto succeeds, but then everyone decides that him succeeding is a problem. So collectively a coalition is formed. Some of these castle lords are just so bad, bro. I can't wait for Imagawa Civil War. They're gonna be even worse. You know what I mean? They're gonna be even worse. Both daimyos are here. Hirotada and Nobuhide. Was that her? Oh, okay. Just checking your voice there. Sound a little deep for a second. Making sure everything's alright, Mom. You okay, Mom? Sound a little deep there with the voice. Alright, if we have that, we'll be alright, but I kind of want to lure this guy down. So we're going to do this. Well, you don't know what to do, do you? It's always funny when you take these little movements and they completely... The AI just locks up because it doesn't... The movements that you do are so weird that there's nothing in the programming right away to react to it. So the programming has to... It waits for a while. It like has to go through and find the solution. Like, what are we supposed to do here? Because the route that you take is strange. Doesn't recognize it at all. Scenario. It's kind of miserable, but I'm totally here for the challenge. Yeah, it's really tough to beat Takeda when they get that crazy. A Yoshinobu Takeda rebellion? Yeah, I was saying that the other day. I'd like a Yoshinobu and Ieyasu's kid. I'd like a scenario where they both rebel and they get their independent states. Wow, look at the character models. That was... Look at that, man. I can't even get close to this on my PS4. I can't even get close to this detail. Like I said, on PS4, you see like your commander, and he's got like 4 units around him, and that's it. That's all you can see. The PS4 can't give you any more detail than that, and it struggles to do that. On this, you can actually see the units pretty well. You can see bowmen and everything. Spearman, bowman, the commander. Alright, go this way. We have to block Nobuhide for a little bit while we work on Hirotada. So let's get Tadakiyo out of the way, and then we can encircle Hirotada, possibly kill him, and then maybe we can try to kill Nobuhide. Minno's Night Demon. You know, I brought him over here for that reason, and now he dares to use it against me. That is just cruel. Not sure what the benefit of adding stuff would do up there. I don't know. I think I think what they need to do to this game is they need to just give you a slider for marching speed. Even though they have Flag of Chinju, there should just be a general slider for marching speed so that units can march farther on less supplies. I think that would fix a lot. And then you can add more castles and stuff and it wouldn't be such a problem. Stuff like Kyushu being so far away wouldn't matter. Tohoku wouldn't matter too much. I think that's what they should have done a long time ago. This guy's actually got speedy. He might be able to... I'm going to send him this way. I'm going to try to encircle and capture Toritani, actually. I know what's his name's heading for my camp, but we'll send somebody back there in a second. Alright, to the camp. Encircle this guy. I see him. Uh-huh. Hurry, dude. Hurry, hurry, hurry. When does that scenario happen? I don't remember the Imagawa Civil War. It's around the birth of Nobunaga scenario. I think it's a little bit after it starts. Ujiteru passes away, Yoshimoto's older brother. Is it his older brother or is it his father? I don't really remember. When Ujiteru passes, I think it's his older brother. Ujiteru passes away, and then Yoshimoto has to fight his brother. His brother Genkin rebels. Chase him down. Lucky he didn't get killed. Alright. Take him out, Yoshimoto. You know what to do. You know what to do, Yoshimoto. No. Damn it. That's alright. We still have Nobuhide down here. Just rest up for a second. It's his older brother? Okay. Defense and soldiers. I'm too close to see the numbers, though. He has potential? I didn't know he had potential. Oh, he's done already. Hang on, let's see if one of the Imagawas here can put down Nobuhide. Nope. Remove the cap of supply lines. Make sure you can buy 100,000 supplies at once. Yeah, you could do that. I just think the speed needs to go up. Some of the marches just take way too long. And it's just a tempo hit. You know, most of the game is... The thing that I really like about this game is, for the most part, it's very quick. But the marching sometimes is really slow. Because you have to consider how long it takes you to get ready to march, you know? I have facilities here. Alright, I guess we'll blockade it down. I don't want to break my own shit, so... I don't think you need me anymore either, right? Should we... Let's just destroy this guy. No! Why would we storm? It's our own stuff. Don't break your own stuff. Tsurusugi are down to their last castle. Can I make them a vassal? Because that'd be great. No, I'm not adjacent. That would be awesome. Clearing farmland's gonna be... That's gonna be great. Stuff like that is even more important now. Actually getting those couple of soldiers extra. I hope we captured Moritane. Good. Execute him. Your pain ends here. What about my pain? I break my back. getting you out of that shithole in Shinano. And then you fucking do this to me. What about my pain? Welcome to the team. I like how we had one guy and then the other guy were like, welcome. This guy, now he knows how we treat traders. You know what I mean? His loyalty should be even higher. Like, when you execute guys and then they join, the guys who actually join, their loyalty should be higher because you just made an example out of the other guys. You know? They should be on their best behavior. Alright, let's keep marching. Let's wipe them. Or we could make them a vassal. We can go for the cannon event. Oh no, they're allied with the Oda. Well, right. How did I miss that? We just fought both of them. You see this? The Oda are building up. The Oda could be the final boss. Because I've got to deal with the Saito. Once I go to take out the Takeda, we're going to have to deal with the Saito. Oh, this guy. Okay. They got scared, yeah. Alright, guys. Well, it's already been, what, 2 hours? 3 hours. Holy shit. I'm going to call it there. We'll be back tomorrow with Sons of Steel. We'll be clashing against the Imagawa tomorrow. Trying to break through to start heading towards the west with the Shogun and that. That's going to be like around 9. Ikari might continue his Men of the West run. I think he's going to post on his channel whether he can do it tonight or not. So he might do that. Keep an eye out for that. If you guys could do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Sons of Steel tomorrow. So, hope you guys enjoyed it, this stream. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, have a good weekend, everybody.